My name is Mike Howard, and I design and build custom-made goalie equipment for a company that I own named Kenesky Manufacturing Incorporated. Email Pops Kenesky was a saddle maker by trade. He opened his store here in Hamilton. In 1974, he opened a bicycle repair shop, and he made saddles. Pops in 1924 was the first ever goalie manufacturer to make the modern day goalie pad. He manufactured goalie equipment from 1924 all the way till he passed away in 1974 at the age of 97. He built equipment at one point in the 50s and 60s for every National Hockey League goalie. And after 1974, when he passed away, his kids took on the business and they built equipment from 1974 on to 1992. And then now we've relaunched the equipment in 2015 at the 100th year anniversary of Pops's opening of the store in Hamilton. I was a fan of Pops back in the day when I started, when I was really young. And just knowing the history behind it, how he built equipment for all the greats like Ken Dryden, Johnny Bauer, Terry Sawchuk, Esposito, just the legacy. And just being a goalie myself, I was just always a fan of the goalies that wore his equipment and the ingenuity that he always put into his equipment. So I think for the most part, it was just his inventiveness, how he always wanted to make new and exciting things. I think that's the most part in what got me interested in Pops was just, one, he was the first pad maker ever to make goalie equipment, and the second was just his innovations. When I was 7, I started playing hockey. Got to play goal one game and I enjoyed it. So then once I got into grade 8, I was playing some pretty good hockey. Wasn't overly a fan of some of the equipment because by that time Kenesky had already gone away to the wayside, and I wasn't really happy with the equipment that I was wearing. I didn't like the protection. So my grandfather and my father were both shoe repairmen, so I used to play around in their shoe repairs when I was younger, fixing equipment, sewing, being on the machines and helping them out. So I took my equipment in one day on the weekend at my grandfather's shoe repair and I started taking it apart, changing some stuff, adding protection where I wanted it when I was in grade 9, and I made all my own equipment. And just the reactions and from people that saw me play and wearing the stuff, they wanted to know where I could get it, when I could get it, if I could make them some, because it was different from anything else that was out there. It was more protective, it was lighter. So working on sports equipment and sewing on the machines and having fun as a young kid, and being a goaltender myself, and wanting to have more protection and lighter weight equipment than I had, I think really drove my passion to get involved in this industry and build it up to where I am today. What separates us from our competition is our equipment has a little bit more innovation for a small company. We put a little bit more research and development and actual design work into the inside of what goes on from a mechanical structuring standpoint, and it makes it a little bit lighter, a little bit more durable, lasts longer than our competitors. Bring Kenesky back to the forefront in the market like it used to be. At one time in the 50s and 60s, Kenesky was once worn by every NHL goalie in the league. So we'd like to shoot to obviously get it back in the NHL. We will have the manufacturing facility is located in London, Ontario. A high-level pro goalie equipment manufactured here in London. We are giving any end user the same treatment we would give any NHL pro. So if a customer wants to order from us, we'll treat them like they're in the NHL. They get all the same options, same custom work that we offer for all those guys, offered right down to the retail level. And really good customer service and a good warranty. Time to make a full set, blocker, trapper, and pads. Your actual hours in production range anywhere. On a trapper is 3 to 4 hours. On a blocker, you're about 2 hours, and on a pair of pads, you're about 16 hours. But depending on how many people split a set up and how many sewers, we can actually usually turn NHL goalie equipment for a pro, a blocker, trapper, and a pad. We can turn it in an 8-hour business day by splitting it up amongst different employees.